Right, welcome to a very good morning here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Good time for us to be here. A lot of conversation. On Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, and then it's something also. A lot of the updates from yesterday, transfers, football updates. Bro, I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Best football tactical analysis channel. I mean, off the field, on the field, post-match analysis, the best one I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel now, Michelle. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notification turn on Michelle. Do choose all. So never anytime your content ever drop we are first to have it here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Again, thank you very much for those of you who have been sharing the link to others, posting in groups and sharing the videos and stuff like that. So I want to say a very big thank you to all of you. But in some also, just before we go into an end seminar, we go at the amount this very early Sunday morning, or the big one is that in Ranajo we had a big boom. Of course, Ahomachiwi. It was a game that spanned from Enranopa and Reno straight to this dawn, 3 a.m. When I woke up, we have gotten the big boom. The first game was Mamelodi Sundowns or Borussia Dortmund and over, Bodo Glimt or Brann and over, Inter Milan and over, Real Oviedo over 1.5, over 0.5 actually for Menexi, RG, straight win, any River Plate game, and it's a call or draw, and we have been able to win a big boom power. I say, like I've always been telling you, we invested, it's a big chance for you. Every morning, team it's Nasser. We go through the games, we do analysis, because season here often, sometimes it's difficult to find the best games because they are very important in picking up codes for anybody, the best games available. But we still keep on winning our Hasi. We still keep on winning. We never go 4 or 5 days without winning. Actually, 1 or 2, then we are back near booming beam until we keep on winning. And then congratulations to all of you. Munya codes, and you're able to win. Today's game is in the description of the video below. Called description, and we'll go and pick up the codes. But again, if you go to Twitter, Fiifi-Manfred, you see the codes over there. Facebook, Fiifi-Manfred, you see the codes over there. TikTok, all of the other places are all in terms of social media attached to Fiifi-Manfred group. You find the games over there. I'll wait to my picture. Never be there. Area, come on, area mouth. Where do we start from? Chelsea for some transfers in Komobi, any day. The conversation around Jimmy Bino Gatens and goalkeepers Hunseng, Seme Baso. We'll talk about all of that. Chelsea for want to make sure they will still finalize the goalkeeper. Would they do a deal for Brantia, your friend of Mike Mignon? And all of these things are very important, and we're having a conversation. Of course, Osimhen coming up as he has come up again. Victor Osimhen, where is he going to go? Obeko Galatasaray, Obeko Juventus, Obeko Chelsea, Man United. Will he stay? Obeko Saudi Arabia. Now, it's a big conversation that's going on in a branch friend of Victor Osimhen. Now breaking Napoli president, wants both Darwin Nunez and Federico Chiesa over the team. But they can only get Darwin Nunez unless they sell a branch your friend of Victor Osimhen. Already they've gotten a center, but they've gotten a Kevin De Bruyne. They need to make sure that they find money from the sale of a branch friend of Victor Osimhen, and it's something that they want to do. Anything they keep on pushing clubs to Osimhen, saying come in fast, no one tongue Osimhen, then they can get money and reinvest in one more club. Liverpool rejected the offer and believe Nunez alone can cover up the Victor Osimhen deal. I understand that Victor Osimhen release clause around 75 million. I imagine Liverpool can do a deal of a swap of Victor Osimhen and a brand here for down Nunez. That is going to be such a huge team at one field on if we're able to do that. He'll be able to do that if what's his name? What's the name? Napoli for not able to do that and Liverpool for not able to do that. It's going to be such a huge one. And Real Oviedo heralded by the old Santi Cazorla. So the guy Santi Cazorla, he used to play for us now. One of the very good attacking midfielders now. Body mechanics now. He is very good, nimble footed, trickery, hold up play, turning around, controlling on the game. Santi Cazorla was one of the best players. big news that came up, and it's a Real Oviedo are back in the La Liga, and Oviedo were back in the courts, were part of the courts, and now winning it. And for the first time in 24 years, the Austrian side returned to Spain top flight, a huge moment for the club, the fans, and the city. 40-year-old Santi Cazorla, a boyhood Oviedo fan, played a part in helping them to achieve that dream. What a story. That is a huge story over there for our brand here, friend of Real Oviedo for and the conversation that's going on. Oko our club World Cup Nimwa Michael Olise for Bayern Munich this season. Or 52 games, 20 goals and 20 assists. That is 40 goal contributions for our brand here, friend Michael Olise. Obviously, one of them attackers that Chelsea wanted. One of them top quality attackers and Chelsea for them. Sure, almost say, okay, they can get somebody or a creative, but then get you goals from out wide. And Michael Olise looks like also a knack for goal and assist in front of goal. I say he will give you the assist, he will score the goal, you cut back, and he'll do all of those things are very important for the modern day winger, not for you. And that's exactly what we're talking about in the skill set of our brand here, your friend Michael Olise, when it comes to the quality of play. Now, the former teammate, my friend Ebereche Eze, Crystal Palace are willing to accept 3 installments of proximity, £20 million for Ebereche Eze. They are no longer holding out for the majority of his reported 86 son at this point in time. Just like them last season, almost on our brand here, friend Michael Olise, Chelsea. In fact, Chelsea had almost finalized a deal with Michael Olise in the summer. Crystal Palace won it by almost a derby until said the boy will sign a contract extension and they will do things right. More later on in January, the boy left for team friend Bayern because Chelsea could not meet his personal demands on him, whilst they had already finished a deal with Crystal Palace. And the teammate, I friend Ebereche Eze, today he's on the list of players that possibly are going to leave team your friend Crystal Palace this summer. And instead of the 68 million, go focus, okay, Crystal Palace for Epe, and you have to pay the 68 million, or they won't let Ebereche Eze go. Palace want to say, oh, as at this point in time, if you bring in 20 million installments for 3 times Crampona, your friend is saying, no more Masicano and Concoshi. They will take the money. They will take the money in tea. Wow, person pay a friend Ebereche Eze, and Yayeti, and it's a FC Bayern Munich, Ekahombi, yeah, one team at Omo Parent friend Ebereche Eze, or say, or FA Cup final, very, very talented player, very, very good player, our team at your friend Crystal Palace. And we'll see who is going to go in for our brand here, your friend Ebereche Eze from Crystal Palace. In the Club World Cup, the brother of our brand here, friend Jude Bellingham. I mean, see, the Bellingham family are going to be the next big name in football in terms of family. I mean, before we used to see Rafael da Silva and Gabriel da Silva. There were times where there were some other brothers, the Ayew brothers are there, a couple of other brothers, and they were in football. It looks as if, say, Joe Bellingham is getting to the top, and I'm sure the family are going to be very happy. Meet Denise, Mel Horneman, of course, Brad Jude. They're going to be very excited about our dear friend Joe Bellingham. Official Joe Bellingham named a superior player of the match performance against Mamelodi Sundowns, and he scored a goal in the inside match, and they said he was the superior player of the match. Man City are doing a little bit of a clear out. Almost senior players, almost show more long-term future. Also, last season, and I just said Guardiola, I got for a brand here friend Ikaye Gunwan, a team, and now Ikaye Gunwan a Turkish German, and I've always told the story of Turkish Germans, how they are seen in Germany and how they are seen in Turkey. Now, Turkey have a connection with Ike Gundogan because it's a European city, a European country, and then Germany is also a modern European country. Now, most of the Arabs that were from that part of the world, of course, the Asian part of the world, the Arabs over there, when they were coming to Europe, of course, the first place that they settled was in Turkey, yeah. But then most people also moved on to Germany. That was an easy place for them to migrate. Now, because of this relationship between Germany and Turkey, there are a lot of Turkish Germans that were on. Again, the issue of anti-Semitism and stuff like that, Turkey and then Germany have a very good connection, and that is why there are a lot of people here, Turkish Germans. One of them, very, very good guy, very, very top player in terms of the quality of play, what you get from him, the dictation of plays of the games, and it's animal. He can't go in the head top. Now, after one season back at Manchester City, what we are hearing, and is a teams that are Turkish Super League, especially Galatasaray, after finishing the deal for another Afro-German in a branch of Leroy Sané from Bayern Munich, Galatasaray for this Omunya Ike Ghana Omopen, and they are considering a move for Ike Gunwan, with Man City open to a transfer of the 34-year-old midfielder Gundogan, with the 34 years. Gundogan with the 34 years. And if you've not watched football for a very long time, then you probably have not seen the beginning of life of Abrante Frenike Gundogan. Gundogan was a top player, especially in his days at FC Bayern Munich, FC Dortmund, in Champions League final with Bayern. They wanted to go in and win the game. Bayern for a show, coached by Jurgen Klopp, and it was such a heart-wrenching and heart-breaking time for Abrante Frenike Gundogan. We'll see if Ike Gundogan can go to Galatasaray. Tottenham have made inquiry on Bournemouth for forward their friend Antoine Semenyo. A very, very good player. Of course, a lot of the. In fact, I think that last season, Ghana's best performer in Europe was Abrante friend Antoine Semenyo, not Thomas Partey. I think that Antoine Semenyo was the best player in Europe last season. When they look at how the games went out, the kind of football that he played, the impact he had in matches. Again, was Antoine Semenyo going to, as it were, come for the award or not? But then again, Antoine Semenyo for me was the best player in Europe last season for Ghana. If you talk about Ghanaians the way Europe, last season the best player was Abrante friend Antoine Semenyo. And he is on the radar of Tottenham Hotspur after saying changing manager from Ange Postecoglou to Abrante friend Thomas Frank. They want to rebuild on attack, and one of those players saw them Abrante friend Antoine Semenyo, and they are doing everything possible to get Abrante friend Antoine Semenyo to come to team their friend Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, the deal is in its early stages over there. It's in its early stages in terms of whether Antoine Semenyo is going to move or it's not going to move, or what the issues are going to be. It's too early for anybody to conclude on if Antoine Semenyo will move on. But then, of course, this is a player Tottenham must perform air panel, and they will see if things are going to go into the direction where Tottenham will get him up. Now, for the BBR, come on. Let's start. You will remove our Chelsea stories. I have some more Barcelona stories for you. Yeah, of course, Real Madrid stories. So, because Madrid bomb again very, very soon. In Kindi, team friend FC Real Madrid, and after that, we can go on and have conversation around Chelsea Football Club. No, let's start it with Chelsea for. You need Chelsea for one first one. Because remember, Chelsea stories number 7. First one was a brand here, a friend of Mike Mignon. Chelsea went on to have conversations around a brand here friend Mike Mignon. They wanted to bring in a brand here friend Mike Mignon. They wanted a goalkeeper, tired, combative, we need real goals, more. And it's the reason why they said, okay, probably a Mike Mignon, because the quality is not fitting what we want as a team. Now, we know the story. Long story short, AC Milan decided that they'll hold off to a fee. Now, what we heard from yesterday is that Chelsea still have personal agreements with our brand friend Mike Mignon. It's not a done deal. It's not a deal here completely off. Yes, Chelsea will definitely sign a goalkeeper. Chelsea will definitely sign a goalkeeper this summer. Now, Mike Mignon is completely off. It's just that one year, not this summer, this window, that is, even after the Club World Cup, Chelsea may not go back and even restart the conversation for our branch friend Mike Mignon, but they will need a goalkeeper. They will do the assessment of our goalkeepers when they go back. Chelsea are not planning to go back to Mike Mignon in this window. Now, after 2 days ago, on our branch friend Nicola Jackson, what we've heard is that a lot of the teams are, or a lot of the teams are did common, especially outside of Italy, have said that they want a brand for Nicolas Jackson. I said it yesterday on my Twitter, I said, I will not sell Nicolas Jackson now. I think that Nicolas Jackson is an important player. I think that he brings something that is very valuable to the team. It is high time for the team to let him understand. And the players not abandon, especially for Manchester Caicedo. See, it's easy for people to call Nicolas Jackson name. Stop it inside him. I mean, what he did, that is exactly what it is. But the time has come where I say Moise Caicedo more Mobeno, I say Enzo Fernandez more Mobeno. Like, so boy is no Mobeno, no. I'm catching the Jack. Dila happen waban. And yes, so about totally. You have to compete. As a winning compete, it is normal for every human being who is a campaign at a place, a new person bar, you begin to feel jittery. And you're completely normal. Every human, it's in human nature. But in the midst of all of that, when you're in a big environment, big institution like Chelsea, it's really about competition. It's really about saying, what if you are not there who is good enough? We need to get somebody as good as you. So count it as you being quality and people wanting to, okay, fine, let's go and see how things turn out. And Jackson doesn't have to worry. I want Jackson to still stay. And now, yes, a clubs Bebre or Italy and then all across Europe, after Nicolas Jackson management, after Chelsea Fonse, they want to bring in a brand here for Nico Jackson into Chelsea Fonse how they can do a deal for a brand here for Nico Jackson or Jackson. Okay, that Chelsea Fonse so can you touch about my catcher was there. One story come from a brand here for Gianluca Di Marzio. I take it always with a pinch of salt. Gianluca Di Marzio always does the bidding of the Italian teams, no? And obviously Jackson untouchable. But later on in the day, Sky 4 saw cover Soyko by deputy. So Chelsea wants 2 attackers in this summer. This summer, Chelsea will go in with 2 center forwards into Sabrantia, your friend, what's the name? Delap or then Nicolas Jackson is going to be there and things are going to go. And that's it. Chelsea are planning at least 2 frontline strikers in their squad next season, which means Jackson is not for sale at the moment. Jackson has been the subject of interest from Premier League clubs as well as clubs in Europe and Saudi Arabia this summer. Clubs in Italy are interested in Jackson, but they may not be able to afford a transfer. And I said it several times. Clubs are Italian and Miskasa and wages, which would lead to a potential sale last summer. He signed a 2-year contract extension, which takes him to Chelsea to 2033. Chelsea have already signed Liam Delap this summer and may sign another striker. Say they will want at least 2 strikers. Now, Soiko again goes on to talk about Mike Mignon deal. Say the Mike Mignon chapter is closed for Chelsea. They are not signing him this summer, as reported earlier this month. They were offered the AC Milan goalkeeper, but walked away from a potential deal before the first transfer of the summer. Chelsea did not make a bid for Mignon, and as things stands, there is only a small chance they will sign a goalkeeper this summer. There are 4 goalkeepers: Sanchez, Jorgensen, Petrovic, and then Mike Pendes. One will go on loan at Strasbourg, and then one will be sold. That is a very, very good conversation when it comes to Chelsea updates in terms of transfers. But one player I hear very, very clear on when it comes to whether he is going to be at Chelsea and as a next summer is not going to come. A left winger position, and like I said, Chelsea for I've always wanted. And in the main name, Abrantia, your friend Abrantia. I mean, if you look at his qualities, Jimmy Byron Gates is a player that Chelsea are going to look at. Now, Chelsea for the Flamingo boy, there was a right back, very, very good right back, but I mean, they're both footed or running channels, no receiving ball in the half space, aggressive in the tackles. I mean, good player, dominating Midin, Wesley. Now, so a couple of seasons ago, Chelsea went to Brazil. They asked about this guy called Wesley from Flamengo. The deal could not go through. Now, Chelsea want to sign Wesley for team my friend of Strasbourg. Now, they've gone back again, as I said, Chelsea and Strasbourg for any Flamengo boy. Now, they've asked questions or scouting were there to closely observe my brand here friend Wesley and Ram when Chelsea played them our Club World Cup. We wait to see if Chelsea are going to do a deal for our brand here friend Wesley or not, and we'll see how things are going to pan out for our brand here friend Wesley. We are Chelsea for them have been looking at him. They have been making assessments of a brand here friend Wesley, and they've been asking questions about Wesley, and then they want to do a deal for our brand here friend Wesley. Right back on side on, we'll see things how things are going to go on. Ranch Romani in the last few hours has been talking for Madrid in the lead up to Madrid games. You know, say, what has the coach asked of us on the pitch? See, I can't tell you. A lot of intensity with and without the ball, helping the team with build up, passing and pressing now to and moving the ball and creating chances. That's exactly what the coach has been letting us do on the field of play, and that's what Orienchi mean. And I think that we said several times that one of the first things I'm very clear in my mind said Madrid are going to have under Xabi Alonso is the fact that they'll constantly improve in terms of the intensity of the game. I think that he's one of those managers are focusing more on how intense his teams play. Can they be very intense on the ball, off the ball? Can they be aggressive? Can they win duels? Can they turn over possession quickly? But out turn over possession, can you be quick to play forward instead of going back to go and recycle and come back? If there is a space, attack. The space is not there. Be patient and create the space before you attack faster. And that is what it looks as if say Xabi Alonso is going to do our team, a friend of Real Madrid. Federico Valverde had to make tremendous efforts in long treatment sessions to heal from his back injury and be ready for the Club World Cup. Of course, Federico Valverde, after that issue, after missing a penalty for Madrid, definitely it has affected him to an extent. But Madrid foreigners actually, they value our branch friend Federico Valverde. Arthur Gullet has been talking, the leaders of the Club World Cup game. Dean Huijsen, from the first moment I became close with him. He's a chill guy and a very, very good guy. That is what they are talking about Madrid for new boy friend Dean Huijsen. And a branch friend of Franco Mastantuono. Madrid for new boy. First game, Madrid for is and Mastantuono no class on Shedan Yade, and then maybe he's not the level of Madrid yet. And then Barca fans also kept on talking. Last night, the boy called Franco Mastantuono. He won the man of the match award when River Plate played against Pachuca, against Monterrey, which is a team a whole era former Madrid legend Sergio Ramos plays for. And I've said that this boy, the most important thing is Eniedino, and the technical ability also aside of Eniedino. Now, most of these Madrid midfielders, they're technically okay. This boy is technically a notch higher than Tchouaméni and Camavinga, in my own opinion, and also more aggressive than even Madrid's most aggressive midfielder. If you think of Federico Valverde as an aggressive guy, you think of my brand here friend Franco Mastantuono as a much more aggressive player. And then he was able to win the man of the match, for Team My Friend FC River Plate. And mind you, he's going to play in the last game for Team Your Friend River Plate, play for them our Club World Cup, and then he will come on and come and play for Madrid in August. We'll see how things are going to go. Now, other Gullet, Cecilia Dinoitsen, but I was saying that from before Dinoitsen, other Gullet didn't have a friend in the Madrid dressing room. I will beside him. Dean Huijsen, my best friend, yes, he is one of them. I say he's one of them. And you're on I say other Gullet, we played better in the second half versus Hilal. We have to continue like this. New signings take time, and we'll always do our best for the club. Say Pachuca, if they are here, it's because they're a good team. They are ready. We will try to win. That is what other Gullet is saying. Say the difference between playing in Madrid and Turkey, there I play all the matches, so I have confidence. That's exactly what he's saying. He feels calm and confident to play his football. I've never thought about leaving, but of course, if I don't play, I could think about it. Right now, I'm completely focused on Real Madrid, and I want to stay here and then play some good football. Carlo Ancelotti, a branch friend, Arda Güler, had not played a lot of matches for Madrid for. People have seen Arda Güler have said sexually, the boy's quality is top. I think it's not boy no man more matches be brainer or more boy it's not saying changes and man no Arda Güler games. Or man in games. And what we are hearing is Arda Güler Xabi Alonso Bayern, he is a fan of Abrante Fernanda Gule talent. What friend on net income, he has told him his plans for Abrante Fernanda Gule and he would want to use them some more. I know in Xabi Alonso, I say Adagule say I am a regular player now. We haven't spoken about it, but I will try to play as much as I can when I get a chance. My goals this season, play the best of my abilities and win every title. So I feel good with Xabi because he sees me as a midfielder, which is good for me. He likes to control the tempo and wants more short passes. And that is exactly what is going on. Apparently, since Adagula buy, a lot of the people, since Xabi Alonso buy, one of the players are Moneno Airport Bench for another goal, and they have a very, very good rapport. Very, very, very good rapport over there, and things are going on well for us. I feel more important because Xabi Alonso talks to me all the time. Xabi Alonso talks to me all the time. That's exactly what's going on for our bench friend Franco Mastantuono. We'll see how in the Madrid 4 game now how the results are going to look like. Of course, let's go into the camp of Team My Friend FC Barcelona and what has been going on in the last few hours games there. Because the new Nicolas Williams transfer will trigger a major role change for Hansi Flick's favorite star. Of course, with Sabrantia, your friend Danny Olmo, you can change a lot of things. UCL finalist and now Kokaso. They are one of the best teams that we are seeing Barca, and they are not over there. Even if Ansu does not move to Monaco in the end, Barcelona will find him a new club. They do not intend to keep him. Of course, Ansumani fact situation in there, no matter what, Barca will have to find a way to let him go. Barca will definitely have to find a way to let our branch friend Ansumani Fati leave the club because, like I said, he is one of Barca's most highly paid players there, and you want to make sure that when after he signed his contract, the injuries have plagued him and they have not given him a chance to play. But Barca also need to free up space. Juan Garcia, but Nico Williams is being chased, and Barca will need to find a way they will bring in somebody that can do the job over there to get a job done. We'll see how things are going to pan out. Although negotiations have hit a brick wall in terms of percentage of the salary, who pays what and who pays that. Barcelona and Monaco don't consider Ansu Fati's deal completely off. They intend to resume negotiations this month and then find a way to do a deal for Ansumani Fati. And now, a couple of years ago, I ran to a friend of Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and then in New Year's a month ago, on a wife, Ejaya, and then now things are going on. What we are hearing is that Marc-Andre ter Stegen and a new girlfriend, Barcelona goalkeeper, in the future. When a new girl, will posting on Instagram and around. Of course, everybody does deserve love, and it's important that Marc-Andre ter Stegen will get a love that he demands. Marcus Rashford have offered himself to Barcelona, and he would love to be at the club next summer. And what we are hearing is that what Lamine Yamal is doing at his age, according to Marcus, is not normal. It's hard to put it into words because he's not supposed to be doing such things at age 16 or 17 and will continue to improve. That is what Marcus Rashford is talking about. Lamine Yamal, of course, the best player as at this point in time in terms of quality of play. We are seeing Lamine. So Barcelona have major doubts about ter Stegen's knee. It's a very serious injury, and he needs playing time to get back to his best level, which the club will not provide him. So it's going to be very, very important. Of course, I think this is reported by Radio Catalonia. Yes, a story, Fernando Torres and Danny Olmo will be Lewandowski's backup for next season. Meaning the second strikers for Team My Friend FC Barcelona. Still, Abranti friend of Lamine Yamal, all Chile, or Brazil, he's having a very, very good time with Neymar da Silva, Santos Jr. Julian Alvarez to Barcelona in 2026 as Lewandowski's replacement. There's a possibility, and it's on the cards. And we'll see how things are going to go. Barca for the next year. Abranti friend of Robert Lewandowski to leave next year. About 99% of one Abranti friend Robert Lewandowski next year will be free club name Barcelona. Barca will receive approximately 15 million fixed from the Asia preseason tour. It could reach 20 million in add-ons over there. We'll see how things are going to pan out from there. Nico there, Akacho say he wants to be our team and friend of Barcelona. Or anything on Barcelona on the person born next season. nothing else matters to Abrantia, a friend of Nico Williams, than playing for Barcelona next season. And I think that's in the right direction. He has always wanted to play for Barcelona. He wants to be a Barcelona boy. A 2-2 and up and enough for him. He'll do everything possible to go to Barcelona and then get a job done. So let's see how things are going to pan out from there when it comes to Abrantia, the friend Nico Williams, and then the future that he has as a player on Charlie. The video of Neymar and Abrantia friend Lamine Yamal, a ball volley near the day of Brazil, one FKK Charlie, FKK. And I mean, a lot of people say that Neymar is not a good role model for him. But to be very honest, I think that Lamine Yamal now would have to know what's good for him. His family would have to know what's good for him, and then educate him. I think that Neymar will give him things for him to learn from, because Oshe Abranti, a friend of Neymar, he has gone through it before, and he has seen a lot of things that are not good. And of course, he has to teach Abranti, a friend of Lamine Yamal, when to do certain things and when not to do certain things. And Lamine posted on Instagram, so what are you looking at? Want to do a dribble? And that is what Lamine Yamal and Abranti, a friend Neymar da Silva. I think that the boy just wants to live his life and then have a good time in football. And Neymar da Silva is that quality of player. And then in Nama, they are doing things, come. I just hope that things are going to be well. Barca plan has a flick plan for next summer in terms of the attack. Nico Williams on the left, Lamine Yamal on the right, Rafinha in the middle, Danny Olmo as a false nine. Lewandowski will slowly lose importance due to his age. That is Barca for general plans. And Nico Nyabadia on the left wing, no more ball, Lamine Yamal right wing, no more ball, Rafinha as a 10. They won't think you want him to receive the ball, because last season he was doing it very well. Not Alejandro Balde will keep you waiting now. Rafinha was receiving the ball in the half space, what is beautiful. And then of course Robert Lewandowski can also be up there to receive the ball as a striker, or with time then Daniel Momo and then Ferran Torres will feed him out over there. Of course, Barca for almost show Mutino, come. And it's going to be a really exciting one for Abrantia, your friend Abrantia, your friend Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal, how they want to do their things. Very interesting. Very interesting. We'll see how things will pan out. Guys, let me join the kids in here. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. In the course of the day, I have a big analysis for you. MRA fee. So you turn on notification for that analysis. Just about 5 hours from here. We'll talk about that, we'll delve into it, and then you may will come with some more analysis. Stick and stay with us. Take care. Bye-bye.